What's up everyone, A-Aron back for my 12th reaction video, and I'm very excited today to be reacting to Angelina Jordan's breakout in Norway's Got Talent. This is her first performance, her audition for Norway's Got Talent, where she did Gloomy Sunday by Billie Holiday, and I'm very excited because I'm very intimately familiar with this song, right? And so, I think it's important to set the stage about what this is. We know that she's so nascent, so precocious at 7, and ended up winning Norway's Got Talent. And I saw her perform at 6, so I know she's already a superstar, right? So Billie Holiday, I studied Billie Holiday at the conservatory. I remember spending 4, 5, 6 hours at the library at Oberlin Conservatory with headphones and sheet music and a notepad going through specifically Gloomy Sunday. So I've actually studied this quite a bit. Now, it's been many years ago, back in 2000, I think it was. And I remember trying to replicate the sounds on the trumpet, all those little, you know, the slides and everything. I mean, I never thought of singing it at the time and so forth, so I didn't understand all the vocal techniques and whatnot. But the one thing I do remember is studying her motion and her sound. And I don't remember if it was one of my music history courses. Either way. And so let's talk about Gloomy Sunday, because this is very, very important before getting into the audition to understand what this song is about. All right. So, and every bit of detail I'm including for a reason, right? So I don't want to just bore you. We're not going to take long, but this is all vital to understand, to set the stage. And my understanding of this, I want you to have, right? And so, first of all, it's known as a Hungarian suicide song. Right, so it was written in 1930, and I do have notes for this, so yeah, I'm reading a little bit, but 1933 by Rejo Seres. Again, all of this matters. And original lyrics were about the world is ending, and it was about despair caused by the war. But then poet Laszlo Jabor, sorry if my pronunciation's not good, came and wrote his own lyrics to Sad Sunday, in which the protagonist wants to commit suicide following his lover's death. And it became more popular than the original. Now here's the interesting thing. It was first recorded in 1935 in English called Gloomy Sunday, and then later by Billie Holiday 5 years later. And a lot of ties to this song in suicide. The original composer ended up committing suicide 35 years after he wrote the song. And, you know, in the lyrics, the poet indicates he had recently broken up with his fiancée, and that served as the inspiration. And at least 8 suicides in Hungary are reportedly tied to this song. Joseph Keller, a Hungarian shoemaker, left a note at the scene of his suicide, quoting some of the Gloomy Sunday lyrics. And then several bodies were found in the Danube with their hands clutching the sheet music. 2 people shot themselves while hearing a band play this song. There's reportedly up to 100 people tied to this. Now, it's in some cases called an urban myth and so forth, but regardless, it was banned in Hungary and the UK, linking it to suicide. Now, there's all kinds of claims about this or whatever, but nevertheless, it's important to understand that context. Now, we understand that. Here we are, and Billie Holiday did a very emotionally involved version of this. And it's a minor key, sad, right, Gloomy Sunday. And here we have a 7-year-old that I really kind of hope doesn't actually understand the meaning behind this, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, let's get right to it. I'm super excited. I'm going to try, especially since I talked so much at the beginning, to listen to the whole thing. And I'm going to be taking lots of notes here. So you may not see as much of reactions on my face, but when we dig into it, I think it'll show.
Første auditiondag går mot slutten, og for de yngre deltakerne kan vente til å bli lang. Heldigvis for Angelina både mamma, familie og venner med som støtte.
Jeg heter Angelina Jordan, jeg 7 år, jeg kommer fra Oslo. Jeg skal synge en sang som heter Gloomy Sunday fra Billie Holiday. Jeg har en kjempestor gjeng. Pappa og lillesøster, mormor og mamma. Jeg elsker å synge.
Sorry, I think that's her family there.
Pappa og lillesøster, mormor og mamma.
So, is that her mom, I'm guessing? Wait, I think they showed her dad and her, I guess, little sister at the time.
Fra Billie Holiday.
Yeah, so I
Jeg
think...
har en kjempestor gjeng.
Is that her dad and her sister in the arms? And maybe her grandmother on the right in the back there? I'm guessing that's the family? Okay, here we go.
Pappa og lillesøster, mormor og mamma. Jeg elsker å synge, og når jeg blir stor, så vil jeg være en superstjerne.
Oh, you are.
Hvis dommerne sier ja, så blir jeg veldig glad. Da blir jeg sånn...
Oh my gosh.
Hei, Andreas heter jeg, jobber med lyd. Skal få deg mikrofon der. Du har synget mikrofon før, ikke sant? Kjempebra, da vet du hva du skal gjøre.
Er du klar inni der?
Ja.
Ja. Ok. Gå ut og gi dem jazz.
Give them jazz.
Hei sann.
Hei.
Hei, velkommen hit.
Takk.
Hva heter du?
Jeg heter Angelina Jordan.
Hvor gammel er du da?
Jeg er 7 år.
7 år, og hva er det du skal gjøre for oss her i dag?
Jeg skal synge for dere.
Hvilken sang da?
Gloomy fra Billie Holiday.
Ok. Da gleder vi oss, Angelina. Da kan du bare sette i gang når du er klar. Scenen er din. Angelina,
Ja.
jeg tror at du er en gammel sjel som har levd mange liv. Du synger helt fantastisk. Jeg fikk gåsehud helt fra starten av. Jeg har ikke egentlig mistet litt tom for ord her, egentlig.
Det var helt fantastisk å sitte og høre på deg. Dette var virkelig, altså. Du er jo musikk.
Takk.
Ja.
Vet du hva jeg tenker om deg? Jeg tenker at du er født til å synge. Og jeg vil si at foran oss her, folkens, så har vi ei stjerne.
Noen ganger når man er voksen, når man ser et barn som synger, så forstår man ikke helt hvordan det går an. Fordi at du synger på en sånn måte som man tror at man blir nødt for å være voksen, og kanskje til og med ganske voksen, for å gjøre. Vet du hva sangen handler om?
Ja. Det handler om en trist søndag.
Det gjør det. Jeg kjente den triste søndagen. Det var fantastisk å høre på. Virkelig fint.
Da stemmer vi, folkens. Ja! Angelina, du er videre norske talenter!
Tusen takk!
Tusen takk!
Du synger helt vidunderlig vakkert. Tusen takk.
Hvor har du det fra? Jeg blir blown away.
Ja, hæ?
Det er det beste jeg har sett.
Økte du med raspet? Det høres ut som jenta har drukket whisky siden hun kom ut.
Det var fantastisk!
Men sånne ting der kan ikke bli lært. Det er sånne ting som du er født med, og hun hadde det bare.
Hun likte jazz. Det er ingen andre barn som liker jazz. Hun liker jazz, og hun synger jazz som en gud.
En sang om en trist søndag, men dette er en glad dag.
Tusen takk, folkens! Nå kommer det fantastiske! Virkelig, altså!
Wow. Oh my god. So I'm going to play this and turn off the audio for you so that we can skip the ad. Unbelievable. I don't even know where to start. I just don't know where to start. Whew. That was unbelievable. I hear so much of Billie in her voice, in her singing. Like, she has emulated Billie down to trying to match vibratos, trying to match the timing. Unbelievable. Now, the concept about it's about a sad Sunday. I don't know if she actually understands more to it and chose not to say it. My guess is no. I mean, at that point, cognitively development and English not even being her native language, which is another thing she's singing in English. Several of you have pointed that out to me, and that's just even more incredible. I'm guessing she actually doesn't get the full meanings behind it, and I'm actually glad for that. I'm very grateful. So that was just a fantastic performance, start to end. She was comfortable. She was confident. I noticed she had boots on in the beginning.
Heter Angelina Jordan?
Yeah. And I've seen her with shoes before.
Heter Angelina.
She's just so precious. Now, there were some things that I noticed, though, that were imperfect, which, again, going back to, a year before, which I know there's a lot of contention about when the studio recording occurred and so forth, and that's okay, but it wasn't perfect, and I feel like that's a part of her growth, and several of you have said that she grows so much throughout this competition. And so, a couple things I do want to point out. She did fumble several of the lyrics, actually. Let me pull up the lyrics next to it so we can see it.
Gloomy Sunday fra Billie Holiday. Jeg har en kjempestor gjeng.
Which again, it's not her first language, but she's clearly studied. I will bet you that she's listened to this Billie Holiday song at least 100 times, at least, before performing this. I guarantee it.
Jeg er 7 år.
7 år, og hva er det du skal gjøre for oss?
Fra Billie Holiday.
Da kan du bare...
Right here. She said, I live with Mumbles, right? And it's I live with our numberless. quick. And then here. Will never waste in you. So it's just minor stuff, but the point again is she's vulnerable at this age, which is amazing. And so there are several more of those that I don't want to continue to pick apart. Every single one of those would make me angry, and I think it was would they be angry. And then the other thing is she skipped a verse. And this verse is perhaps the most deep verse here, right? Where was it? Yeah, she skipped all this. Gloomy as Sunday, with shadows I spend it all. My heart and I have decided to end it all. Soon there will be candles and prayers that are said, I know. Let them not weep. Let them know that I'm glad to go. Death is no dream, for in death I'm caressing you. With the last breath of my soul, I'll be blessing you. Right? And so this all talks about, you know, committing suicide to be there with him. And it's really, really sad. And then she jumps ahead. Now, in the original sheet music, this isn't included. It was later added to try to tone down the suicide implications, which is basically all that was just a dream, right? Dreaming, I was only dreaming. I wake and I find you asleep in the deep of my heart here. You know, it was included in the Billie Holiday version, so, you know, you can listen to her version of that. But there were a couple things with her vocal technique as well. I think that, you know, where is it? Deep in my heart. Wow, I can't believe I actually got it right. So you hear she stumbles on that. She has a hard time with that. Now, first of all, oh my gosh, what you have to understand here is this is a 7-year-old girl whose body is growing. Her vocal mechanics have to be used probably even 2 weeks ago differently than today. Right? Her body's growing and changing, and she has to adapt, and that's incredibly difficult in addition to this. Right? So she tried to emulate Billie Holiday, which on that, right, I did listen to this before this, and I remember that because that's one of the key moments that I did a lot of work on. So I was going back to it, and she holds off all the way into the end with just a super subtle vibrato in that. And I think that Angelina was trying to emulate that. And I think it's right in that mixed range of her voice between two registers where, you know, she hasn't quite developed that technique. And it's just amazing to see that. Because I know we're not going to see that later on. It's so subtle at that, right? I mean, it's just a minor thing. And then she fumbled more lyrics. Dream never something new. It wasn't. Her diction is not the greatest. Again, it's English. But yeah, at the ending, she had some intonation challenge and several challenges at the end. Right there. So that wants to resolve upward. Wanted you. Like it wants to go forward, and she actually does bend her pitch a little bit. She actually goes a little bit out of pitch because of that natural inclination to want to resolve upward. Wanted you. So she does kind of almost resolve it. And then the holding the last note was a bit challenging for her. She had a break in it. Right there. But there were so many things that I was just like, yes on. Let's see if I can find it. I think it was the last Gloomy Sunday. The lyrics. Would make me angry. Yeah, right there. Oh, so that is so on that upbeat. Gloomy sun. Like, she is hitting that in the pocket so beautifully. It has got that swag, the swing, the soul, that gloom. Right on the upbeat, just boom. Oh. So good. And you can see that's where he's like, wow, you kidding me? And so there's just some subtle things. These things I pointed out, guys, are so subtle. Really, it's just minor. But I think it's important to point out imperfections at this age to just show the blooming star she has become and grown to when she doesn't do any of those later on. I've heard her at 13 and I heard none of this. None of it. And this is at 7. So I'm sure she at the age of 18 is probably like, it's ridiculous. I can't wait, but I'm not going to jump ahead. And so her emulation of Billie Holiday, she sounds like her. She's emulating the slides, the timing. She's manipulating the timing, but mostly on the pocket, but a little bit. She's got that feel. She's really, really owning this. Now, she did not do a lot of her own embellishments. Which, the previous 2 I'd done with her at age 6 in the studio and 9, she did a lot more. And I'm guessing that's because this is a bigger challenge. Emulating Billie Holiday is tough, especially with all these moving slides and timing and everything. And so I'm guessing she just studied the crap out of it and just tried to emulate it. And that's how a lot of the greats become the greats, is to be able to emulate. This is just amazing, mind-blowing. This is the performance that gave her that global notoriety, that really pushed her into oblivion, right? That got her on the global stage. This is it right here. I know in the last video I said this is the one that kicked off things, which I still believe, I know I got a lot of feedback on, I still believe is true, because the first time in the studio just takes it to that next level. But here, now she's on a global stage, right? Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I don't even know what to say to that other than as if I've talked enough, but just, I mean, there's nothing more to be said. Just fantastic. Fantastic. I'm blown away. Obviously, I got super emotional. Thank you for recommending this, pushing it on me, saying you got to do this, you got to do this. Look, if you like this, you want more, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.